Happy Saturday. You are watching the Connect Network TV right here on the CW. It's so lovely to be here with you for the last show of the year. And it's perfect timing because as we close the year, we're creating conversations around how to be the narrator of your own life. I'm here with my amazing co-host, Stitches. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, hey. How are you,
So
Sandy?
our girl Wendy has off for the day, but she'll be back at the top of 2024. So let's get right into it. The new year is the perfect time to make the necessary changes that will elevate your life. So of course, we're starting with ourselves. What changes are you thinking about making this year, Stitch?
Number one on the list, because I'm getting hit left to right, right to left, top to bottom. Rest.
Ooh. Okay, you got to check out one of my YouTube videos because I have two that are about optimizing your sleep at night. And I have like all the products that I absolutely love that give me the best sleep.
Oh, I love
So you got to check
Okay,
that
I definitely do that because that
I've
is
hacked
on the
my way into really good sleep.
good. And I'm going to look at it because I
Yes.
need it.
Well, I'll send it your way.
I just really finding time to where I'm not working, and even if it's not like sleeping, but just mind decompressing, not working 24/7. So, and a day of Sabbath, like adhering to that. What about you?
I'm really focusing on, and actually I've already started this because I'm all about giving myself time other than I'm very, very good with my workouts. I do it every single day. So I'm very good on that. However, I want to get better into journaling and meditation. So
Ooh.
as I do that, I found that like my creativity flows at like 100x levels, and I whatever you want to call it, manifest, attract really fast. And the more I do that, I feel like the more I create. So I want to get better at doing that.
And I'll share a tidbit that I do. I start early in the morning. Like as soon as I wake up, I'll do my prayers. I'll start I write what I'm thankful for. And then I start my journaling earlier on in the morning before things actually get started. But I like that. All right. So we're going to hold each other accountable to that.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, accountability partner. And to you at home, here's a question. Have you ever felt that you needed or wanted something new or wanted to rewrite your own life? Well, our guests today are here to really inspire you with their own stories of success and elevation. Right, Sandy?
That's right. So today we are giving advice on taking control of your life for 2024 and beyond. And speaking of creating your life, I wonder what changes you would have to make to become one of the world's most powerful women. Let's dive into our hot topics. So last month, Forbes released a list. The list is too long to name them all, but I did notice that many of the women listed were in the business industry, like Karen Lynch, CEO of CVS Health, and the CEO of General Motors, Mary Barra. The list of 100 women also contained some familiar names like Taylor Swift, Oprah, Beyonce, and even Barbie coming in at 100 on the list. So What do we think? What do we think about this list? How do you feel about Barbie making the cut?
I knew Barbie was going to make the cut because the numbers that grossed as soon as the film came out, their marketing strategy was by far.
Did you see the movie? Did you watch it?
I did see the movie. Did you see
it? Or you didn't?
I did.
I just saw it a week ago. Literally, I'm like, I know it came out this summer, but funny enough, I don't know if you caught this in the movie, the scene where the men are like running and chasing and kind of describing like how Barbie's supposed to be this visionary character, and how as soon as they announce, a product goes, it's off the shelves. A little clip that they said in the movie is the Barbie movie, and it's coming out and it's like this blockbuster hit. And it's like these men crafting the world that we live in, and they're kind of like foreshadowing, oh, well, as soon as this movie comes out, it's going to be this blockbuster hit. When here you have this woman, Ruth, who actually created the Barbie and was this innovator about how women were going to change the world.
I love that. True story. I'm truly glad, though, Sandy, that Forbes took time to recognize these women because they're powerful and they do deserve it. And speaking of powerful women and Barbies, if you will, Nicki Minaj, the queen of the Bobs, is officially on tour. And she was actually here not too long ago for Jingle Ball. Shout out to our sister station 103.5 The Beat and Y100. She made it on the list as well. So the Pink Friday 2 album dropped, which was released December 8th, I believe. It made the number one album on the Billboard Top 200. So this also marks her as having the most number one hits on Billboard 200. So Pink Friday 2 also made her story by having the largest first week sales on vinyl since tracking began in 1991. So have you heard yet or heard any cuts from the songs?
I haven't. I feel like I live in a bubble sometimes because I'm so in my own world. I don't really watch TV. Like I said, I just saw the Barbie movie and it came out in summertime. So for me, like I haven't heard it yet, but I'm sure you have, Stitches.
I heard most of the tracks. I think it's about 20 songs on the album.
Wow. That's a big album, no?
It is very big. Some songs are maybe 2 minutes and 21 seconds. And of course I have to know to talk about it. But here's my prediction. She does have one song that is like a real bouncy one. I think that's going to make it to radio. She has a song with J. Cole that I believe is going to make it onto radio. Yep. And a song actually after years with official song with her and Drake and Lil Wayne. So I think that's going to make it to radio as well. So
we'll be hearing them all over social soon.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Well, Stitches, as we are ending 2023 and stepping into the new year, we want to prepare ourselves and our audience. It's called the Corporate Transparency Act. Starting January 1st, 2024, existing and newly formed limited partnerships, limited liability companies, and corporations will be required to report certain ownership and management information to the Federal Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. It's FinCEN. Adverse consequences for non-compliance and significance and include steep financial penalties, fines, and jail time. This new law actually passed January 1st, 2021 in Congress. This was to address issues of money laundering, financial crimes, and misuse of shell companies. So effective January 1st, 2024, reporting companies will be required to disclose the identities of their ultimate beneficial owners, specifically including all individuals who hold a significant ownership stake in or exert substantial control over the entities. So that's a mouthful, but what is your opinion on this change?
I feel like I know why this has come into play, and I think it's to, like the title says, transparency, and to really for consumers and people to really be able to track and to see where their funds, who's backing certain companies.
Which is great. Yeah, which is great for knowing like what you're investing in and the companies that you're putting your money into.
Exactly. I think there's a major plus, but there can be a major downside to it. But what are your thoughts?
Look, there's always changes being made, and this is why you hire the right people to help you figure out how it all works.
I love it. I love it. And of course, our network is filled, true story, with entrepreneurs and successful business owners. So I hope you all are able to get out ahead of this, because coming into the new year, it's really important that we are taking control of writing our own stories. So stay with us, Connect family. I'm not gonna lie, the Lord is the finisher and the author of my story. I just want to be alive to see it through. You hear me? So coming up, we have an inspiring entrepreneur here to teach us truly the transformative power of writing. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss out on this. Get your water, get your tea, whatever you need. Just don't go too far.
I'm Jessica Cherry, founder of the award-winning blog Life of a Cherry Wife. If you're looking to follow for mom and lifestyle content, fashion, Latina life, and good vibes, this is the place for you. Head over to www.lifeofacherrywife.com for the latest in these areas. Follow me on social at Life of a Cherry Wife.
back to the Connect Network TV on the CW. This is the last show of the year, so you know we are going out with a bang. And to our viewers at home, how are you rewriting your life for the new year? Well, joining us today is entrepreneur, business coach, podcast host, speaker, life coach, and now she's adding author to her name with her book, Burning Hope. Please welcome Lori McAfee to the show. Hey, Lori, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are y'all?
Great to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Welcome, Lori. Well, first and foremost, congratulations on the launch of your new book, like Sandy mentioned, Burning Hope. Gonna jump straight into it if that's okay.
Yeah.
What inspired you actually to write this story? The title alone lets everyone know that there's a story behind there. Please do tell.
Right. So it is a snippet of a true story that where it was tragedy and lives were changed forever. And you're right,
Ooh,
burning hope.
Leaving us
does
hanging.
mean burning hope does mean that there's more to it, because burning is something that's very intense, and hope is, that one thing that we hold on to that's unclear and uncertain.
Nice.
We love this. Well, most life coaches write self-help books, but you took a different approach with Burning Hope. How was writing this book? How has it transformed you?
The book has transformed me because I knew myself and I loved myself, but I wasn't 100% sure I believed in myself. And through writing this book, I truly began to believe in myself. The crazy thing about it, on paper, I'm not qualified, but I'm very qualified in life.
Nice. That's awesome. And let me ask you, as a life coach, what advice would you actually give to our viewers just about taking control of their own lives for 2024? What advice would you share?
Be who they were created to be and don't try to fit into a mold that somebody else wants them to fit into, because we weren't created for that mold.
Yeah.
The world needs who we are. They're waiting on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got to know the story, the backstory. So can you share with us some storytelling techniques that make the book writing process more enjoyable? Because I think a lot of people are under the misconception it's arduous, it's long, it can be a grueling process. So how do we make this more enjoyable?
So for storytelling, I take a true story, and I never really want the truth to mess up a story. So I kind of twist it a little bit when I'm doing fiction. But I want stories that are relatable. And so I take those stories and I relate them somehow into life. Sometimes I'll add humor to them. Sometimes I'll be more serious about them. So just different. I take real stories. And like I said, I never want a true story to mess up a good story.
Awesome. Your smile is just so cute. I just want to read the book because of your smile, to be quite honest.
Well, thank you.
But I do hear a Southern twang from Texas, correct?
I am actually from Georgia.
Oh, from Georgia.
Ah, that's where it's from. Okay.
I am. Yeah.
I thought I mastered my Southern accents a little bit. I was a little bit off. So,
It's all right. I've been called that before.
thank you. So as an author and with fiction, how much of the truth do you tell? And what would you say is the importance of connecting with your community? If you can share that.
I do tell a lot of the truth, and my truth is really rooted in faith. That's where the truth comes from throughout in anything that I do in my life, anything that I'm involved in. That's the root of everything that I do. Connecting with community, I think that's very important because I want everyone to be able to relate to all the stories that I ever write or everything that I ever talk about. I want anyone to be able to relate to that. And something that I think is so important in community is borrowed courage, because a lot of times we don't always have the courage to step into that. And so I think borrowed courage is really, really important.
Awesome. Well, please tell us where you can find your book and what is the best way for our viewers to connect with you.
My book is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart. And they can connect with me on any social media platform at Lori Mac Life Coach. And my website is Lori McAfee Coaching.
Awesome. And Lori, from the coaching aspect, what services, we really want to make sure we hit on this. What services do you offer and how can people work with you?
So I offer coaching program that I have in different capacities. I will talk to someone to see if it's going to be suitable for what I do. And then they can connect with me online on Lori McAfee Coaching. There is a way to have a discovery call with me and talk with me on there. And I just walk someone through the same method that I did to get to the point that I am today.
I love it. And I'm going to ask one more because I see it bold and brazen in the back of you. Hope. We hear that word a lot, and especially during these times, 2023, there was a lot of things that happened. When you hear the hope, when you hear that word hope, for the viewers who might need a little hope, for you, what would you give to somebody who may be in that space who needs just a little bit of hope to maybe start new, or to write that book, or to do something? What would you offer?
Just take that first step. And even though we don't know what's going to happen on the other side, that hope is always in, like I said, what's unclear and what's unknown, but it's attainable for everyone. And just to be really true to yourself and walk in that, to me, that's where we find a lot of our hope, is just to always go back to our truth, what we know to be the truth.
Okay, Lori, so you have left us with so many unanswered questions, and I want to just dive in a little bit because I know our viewers are probably left wondering just like we are. So can you give us a little something, just a little sneak peek, a little tidbit into more about the book so we can go out and go grab it, and just a little bit of a sneak peek?
Absolutely. The book is a snippet of my daughter's life. It's where she actually saved someone's life in a tragic accident. And her now husband was a firefighter that landed the helicopter, the life force. Now that is not in the story. You'll hear when you read the story, you'll see how it connects. But it's also a love story. It's also just a true love story of how unexpected twists and turns. We never know where they're going to take us, but always be open and always be looking for those, because we never know what God's plan is for our life.
I won't.
Okay, so now we got to turn the book into a movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's my goal, girl.
That's time to me. Thank you so much, Lori. And thank you for coming and connecting with us today. We enjoyed your visit. One more time, give us your website.
It is LoriMcAfeeCoaching.com.
I love it.
Well, thank you for taking the time
Thank y'all.
to speak with us today. Don't move, Connect fam. We have so much more coming up. After the break, the one, the only Amanda Waters is sitting down with 2 clients of Austin Plastic Surgery Institute. They are sharing their stories of second chances and success, plus insight on cosmetic surgery. Stay close.
Ready to keep your hair, scalp, skin, and lips hydrated this season, our vegan and gluten-free all-purpose moisturizers are just for you. Carefully formulated with fine ingredients to purify and nourish the skin and scalp at the same time without harsh chemicals. Shop It's Made For Me today. The end result will be strong, healthy hair and smoother, softer, clearer skin.
Welcome back to the Connect Network TV on the CW. Your girl Stitch is here with my gal pal, Sandy Glenn. And today, Sandy is about taking charge and transformation. And right now, we are tossing things over to Amanda Waters, our Instagram sensation.
That's right, Stitch. She is sitting down with 2 special guests that are joining us from Austin PSI. Today, they are sharing on how they wrote their own stories with cosmetic surgery. What do you have for us today, Amanda?
And that's right, Sandy and Stitches. This is such an amazing story. Please help us welcome Operations Manager Christine Powell. And with her is Meredith Hudson, an online fitness coach. Woo, we all need that in our lives. I can't wait to get more into your stories, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us today, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
How are y'all doing this morning?
Doing well. How are you?
I am good. I just need all the coffee in the world.
We're all pretty in pink.
Yeah.
Well, we always love having you back. So welcome back to the show, Christine. You have joined us several times, and you are a really, really good friend to the show at this point, right? But for those of you who do not know Christine, can you tell us a little bit more about Austin PSI and the work that you guys do there?
Yeah, so I work at Austin Plastic Surgery Institute with Dr. Booth. We have a medical spa, and we have Dr. Hayden and Dr. Booth, and we're just a well-rounded full surgery practice with injectables and facials and anything you need in between.
Awesome. You had me at injectables, girl. And the interesting thing about you guys' story is you underwent an extreme weight loss journey, right? Before becoming an employee. Tell us a little bit about that journey.
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's when I was about 23, and I gained weight from like 23 to 33, and it was roughly like I gained 100 pounds and I lost 100 pounds, and then I gained it and I lost it, and then I finally got to a place where my Hashimoto's, my disease, just kind of took over. And once I was able to finally maintain a weight loss and like get to where I wanted to be is when I found Dr. Booth. Yeah.
Wow. So that was like the best timing ever. I'm there with you on the Hashimoto's. I actually have that as well. I didn't find out till after having kids that I had that. So that's crazy that you were so young and you had no idea what was going on. It was like, what's happening? You just felt so out of sorts, I bet. And I'm so glad that you found Dr. Booth. And Meredith, I understand that you are an online coach, right?
Yeah.
And you also went to Austin Plastic Surgery for an extreme makeover of your own. Tell us, how did you decide to make that jump?
So, well, I lost about 120 pounds. And when I lost my weight, I had kind of limited loose skin, I felt like. And for 2 years, I maintained my weight. I thought, oh, okay, this is something I can live with. And I kind of noticed that I felt like it was almost impossible to live with the longer that time went on. I was constantly hiding my body. I felt like I was working out. I was doing everything I needed to do, but I still felt, that I was still in my 256 pound body.
Yes.
Instead of this body that I worked so hard for. And so I was sitting there. I had a discussion with my dad, actually. And my dad was like, just do it. Just make that decision. It's going to make you so happy. And I think having that come from my dad, it really just kind of made me, say, you know what, you're right. Life is way too short. Like, let me go ahead and make this decision for me. And so I actually knew or have a friend of mine who's also an online coach that went to Dr. Booth, and her results were insane. And so Dr. Booth was my first person that I actually had a consultation with. And I had 2 more other consultations booked with other doctors like Houston and so forth. And after I met Dr. Booth, I knew right then and there, oh yeah, this is the guy.
Same.
Okay. So then you felt like you were immediately connected and you had a connection with him. So that is also important in finding somebody that you trust with your body, Yes. So let me ask you this then. As a fitness coach, did you happen to face any backlash for visiting plastic surgeons? And what do you tell other women in fitness?
Yes, I definitely did. And that's really difficult. But the thing is like, I think no matter what route you take, whether you get your loose skin removed or you don't, you're going to get some kind of hate, especially being, an influencer on top of that. People just really like making comments about other people's bodies, especially women. And so I think at the end of the day, I've always been one, even before my journey, that's, made decisions solely based off of what I want. And so, the comments hurt for a second there, but basically just the pros that came with getting this done and how life-changing it's been for me and my happiness is big. And so I kind of handle it. I just brush it off and like as if I don't even see it.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. And it takes so much to get to that point where you just do not care. Yeah. Right. And it's like, whatever is going to make me happy and feel confident. Like, you just have to do it. It's amazing.
It's so much more love, I would say though. Like I would say that like based off of, just like kind of the response to it, it was definitely 95% positive, uplifting women, supporting women, which is everything that, we want to see. And then the other 5% is, of course, people who have something negative to say about it, for sure.
Oh my goodness. I know we can't please them all, and it would be exhausting if we tried.
Yeah.
But today's show, it's about stepping into the new year like a boss. Okay. And it's important to write your own stories with that. So you, Christine, our good friend Christine, I always love finding out information from you. But for those of you that are curious, what is the connection between weight loss and surgery? When is surgery necessary? When do you say surgery is necessary?
So we always want you to be able to maintain a weight, but the correlation between the two is that I only was able to get myself to a certain point. So with my 95 pound weight loss, I still had loose skin. I had skin laxity. My breasts were lower than I would like them to be. My stomach needed to be tightened. My arms needed to be done. And no matter how much I was in the gym, no matter how my lower my BMI got, that my skin just didn't retract. And you can try every cream, every lotion, everything that you like, more collagen, everything you could possibly do. And I just got to the point where like I would put on jeans and then I would still have a muffin top, or I would try to get on a cute dress and like my breast would be like, I needed all the tape in the world. And so the correlation is like Meredith and I got us to a certain point to where we could be in a position where we could have surgery. And so that's when I found Dr. Booth, and then she found us shortly later. And
yes, thank goodness.
And so it kind of just depends on what you need and what surgery can bring to the table for you. So for me, Dr. Booth did a full body reconstructive surgery. So he tightened my arms. I had a brachioplasty, a mini brachioplasty. I had 360 lipo, full upper body. And that was just because no matter how much I was losing, I kind of still had these fat pockets, even though I was like a size 4. And then he did body tight all over my body. And then he also did a new thing called Ovally, which is kind of cellulite reduction, which I really, really liked on my lower back.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for telling me about all that information, telling us about all that information. I want to get back with you on all those names. And to do that, to keep in contact with you guys, because I definitely want to. I mean, Christine, I ask you questions all the time. But can you both drop your handles for all of our viewers to follow your journey and how we can get in touch with Dr. Booth, please?
Yeah, of course. So mine is Christine ATX, or Christine_ATX, and then it's at Dr. Booth Plastic Surgery.
And mine is at Get Fit with Mer, and it's MER_.
Amazing. And to all of our viewers, cheers to 2024. And of course, keep up with me at the Amanda Waters on Insta. Sandy and Stitches, back to you guys.
Wow, that was an amazing story. Thanks for sharing, Amanda. And that is all the time we have today, but we want to send a huge thank you to all of our amazing special guests this year from 2023, everyone who stopped by and who is now officially a part of I Connect Fam. And to you, our Connect Fam, for watching. Thank you for spending your mornings with us. It is not lost and it is not taken for granted. Thank you.
That's right, Stitch. And if you are ready to transform your business and brand through the power of media, head over to the Connect Network TV to be our guest. Happy New Year to you all. Wendy will be back next time. And remember, you are the writer of your own destiny. We'll see you in 2024.
Love you for free. Tell somebody you love them too. You know what? That's a good thing. Don't enter into 2024 without telling somebody you love them. Start off with that. Tell somebody you love them. Love you for free, Sandy.
Love you for free.